Hey Lumineers! Today we're taking a look at 3 brand new theme decks featuring new cards from Attack of the Vine. Is your favorite Disney movie Peter Pan, Pocahontas, or Turning Red? Or are you looking for some new decks to build? Then today's video is for you. These decks are built using the 80-20 rule. 80% of the cards come from the same Disney movie, with a few support cards to help everything work together. If you've always wanted to play a Peter Pan deck, then you're going to love this one. The absolute star of this deck is Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Thanks to Shift 4, you can play this great card much earlier than turn 6. And once it's in play, all of your characters gain evasive. Suddenly your opponents can only challenge your characters with other evasive characters. Unless they already have an evasive character or an action card to remove Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, your whole team is free to keep questing. Of course, before we can shift, we first need to set everything up. That's why we play lots of Peter Pan and Tinkerbell characters in this deck. Our one-cost Peter Pan Vine Duelist and Tinkerbell Fancy Footwork will be our shift targets, while Peter Pan Neverland Hero helps us to make our board stronger. One of my favorite combo cards in this deck is Peter Pan Shadow Finder. Not only does he already have Rush and Evasive himself, but he also gives all of your other evasive characters Rush. Once Peter Pan and Tinkerbell are on the board and your whole team gains evasive, suddenly all of your characters can challenge the moment you play them. It's such a fun interaction and really helps you take board control. Another card that works really well in this deck is Tinkerbell Peter Pan's Ally. Besides being evasive herself, she gives all of your Peter Pan characters Challenger +1. Since Peter Pan is one of the main characters in this deck, that extra strength makes it much easier to remove opposing threats while keeping your own board safe. You will also notice a few extra ways to keep the lore coming. Captain Hook rewards you with lore whenever he challenges another character. Fairy Ship gives you a location to get lore from, and a Pirate's Life takes 2 lore from your opponent while giving you 2. And if you ever start running out of cards, don't worry. Second Star to the Right has got you covered. This fantastic song lets your characters sing together to draw 5 cards. That's an incredibly helpful way to refill your hands and gives you everything you need to keep the adventure going. Overall, this deck is really fun to play. You spend the early game setting everything up, and once your board gains evasive, it becomes really difficult for your opponent to stop you. If you enjoy filling the board with characters and raising to 20 lore, then this Pocahontas deck is for you. Thanks to the new cards from Attack of the Vine, Pocahontas finally has enough support to build her own theme deck. The whole deck is built around playing lots of one-cost characters, and the best part is, many of them don't even cost you any ink. Pocahontas Guiding the Tribe lets you play a one-cost character for free when she enters play, while Grandmother Willow reduces the cost of your next character each turn by 1. That means your one-cost characters often become completely free, helping you build your board much faster than your opponents. Once you've filled the board, one of my favorite cards in the deck really starts to shine. Pocahontas Following the Winds. Whenever she quests, she gains lore equal to another exerted character's lore. And that's where Percy comes in. Percy quests for 3 lore. So together, Pocahontas can suddenly quest for 4 lore in one single turn. That's an incredibly amount of lore from a 2-cost character. Another really fun interaction is Pocahontas and Miko. Every time they quest, you can return one of your one-cost characters to your hand before immediately playing another one-cost character for free. My favorite target is Miko. Normally, Miko forces you to discard a card or banish him at the end of the turn. But by returning him to your hand first, you completely avoid that downside before playing him again for free. It's such a clever little combo to gain 2 lore each turn without losing him. Of course, you will also want to protect all those characters. That's where Chief Powhatan comes in. His bodyguard ability makes your opponent deal with him before they can challenge Percy or other important characters. And once Chief Powhatan finally goes down, Kokoum is ready to step in and keep protecting your board. This deck also includes a few helpful support cards. Wisdom of the Willow rewards you with extra card draw while you're questing. The Horseman Strikes deals with opposing evasive characters, and Junior Woodchuck Guidebook gives you another nice way to refill your hand. Overall, this deck is all about building a whiteboard and winning quickly. If you enjoy decks without having to challenge much, I think you will have a lot of fun with this one. If you love playing song decks, the Turning Red deck might be your favorite of the 3. It's packed with songs, powerful red panda transformations, and some clever card combinations. The heart of this deck is playing songs. Almost every character helps you get more value from them. Mi-Lin Lee, lead vocalist, has Singer Tree, while Fort Town can sing even bigger songs and rewards you by drawing a card whenever they sing together. Abbey Park also loves seeing songs being played, letting you ready her once each turn whenever you play one. My favorite card in the entire deck is Mi-Lin Lee, Losing Control. When she enters play, you look at the top 4 cards of your deck and can either add a Red Panda character or a song to your hands. Since those are exactly the cards this deck wants to see, she does an amazing job of filtering through your deck and helping you find the perfect card for every situation. Once you've found your Red Panda cards, this deck really comes alive. Mi-Lin Lee, Ming Lee, and Sunji all have temporary shift abilities, letting them transform into their powerful Red Panda forms for just a turn. These characters have incredible stats, can remove some of your opponent's biggest threats, and then return to your hand at the end of the turn, ready to do it all over again later in the game. It's such a fun mechanic and really captures the transformations from the movie. The songs themselves are also incredibly useful. Red Moon Ritual is great to remove a character. Like a Bird in the Sky helps your characters to challenge evasive characters or get extra lore, while I'm Never Not By Your Side can heal your team while turning that damage into lore. To keep everything running smoothly, this deck also includes Besties Assemble to find more characters, and the bare necessities to remove non-character cards before your opponent can execute their plan. If you enjoy decks with lots of songs and synergy, then I think you will have a blast playing this one. And those are my 3 Attack of the Vine theme decks. Whether you're flying around Neverland with Peter Pan, racing to 20 lore with Pocahontas, or transforming into a giant red panda with Turning Red, I hope one of these decks gets you excited to play. If you enjoyed these guides, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Lorcana content. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!